Alright.
Hey everyone, welcome to SC Leaks. Bright and shiny 5 a.m. for me. How are you, Piggles and Hater? How are you two doing?
Hey,
I'm good,
gamers.
thank you. What's up for you?
Good. Hater, why are you so tired today? You've been yawning like crazy. Tell us. I'm curious. I'm cutting straight to that, straight off the bat. Tell us why are you so tired?
Wow, you're really throwing me.
Yep, throwing you under the bus.
I feel like shit today.
Yeah.
I'm actually off work. I mean, I was supposed to have an 8-hour shift today, but I'm off of it right now because I have an awful fucking migraine, and I am dying.
You don't have the
inside.
Rona? You don't have the Rona? You sure?
No, I haven't been coughing.
No, that's good.
I took some
Hope you really
ibuprofen
don't.
this morning, and it's like an hour after, right when I wake up, an hour later when I'm about to go to work, it's like, wow, it's only gotten worse. So,
all right. And what about you, Pickles? What time is it where you are, man?
Around 8 p.m. Just so late.
You're just sitting down with a drink then.
Had a nice drink and a bit of a midday nap.
Yeah.
Because
So-
I was running on 2 hours of sleep.
Yeah. Well, I've had about 3 myself, so I can relate.
Yeah.
So we got a bit of a mixed bag for you guys today. So we've got some live streaming stuff with Pickles. When we show off their Pickles, just tell us briefly what we're gonna have a look at.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a quick look at the Sidness, as some of you managed to guess within 10 minutes from a very small picture. I'm still amazed and slightly angry, but you know.
I thought you were going to say aroused. I'm slightly aroused.
Well, that is also true. And we're also gonna have a quick look at a little bit of the retribution, because that's fun, and I wanted something to fill in some space.
And then Hater, what have you got to show us today? You've got a bit of a sneak peek, I think.
Okay, so as I am a lazy motherfucker, I still haven't recorded the next episode of Drips and Drops. However, that should be rectified by tomorrow. So we're going to show a little sneak peek of the MISC Dart.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Just a little peeky. A little peeky weeky.
Yeah.
So, who's going first?
And someone's correctly said in chat, we've come full circle. Yes, Hater wanted to throw back to our very first episode when we've only had 5 episodes. But that is the title of this episode. I just let him have it. So yeah, we've done.
Hey, but it made so much sense because we're going to be covering the Sadness.
To you and me, man, but not to everyone else. They probably don't relate. But someone got
Everyone
it,
else
so...
can go and fuck themselves. This show's only about me and yeah.
All right, so should we cut to? Do you want to do the Cygnus first, or do you want to do the?
All right, yeah.
sneak
Hold on,
peek
let me get
feeds?
my.
We'll do the peak sneak peek later.
Yep. Cool.
All right, let me get my end going.
If you guys
I'm ready to switch over.
Yep. If you guys have any questions for us, preference them with question, and I'm sure Horace will delete any that are just superfluously crap. That'll be great.
Oh, speaking of like marking questions and whatnot, if you want, I need to see which ones are currently working because only 2 of them have been approved so far.
Yep.
But I've submitted a round of icons for Twitch, and if you subscribe on Twitch, right now you get a little SC Leaks icon emote and a
nice.
Disco Lamal emote. And
nice.
that's it for now. I submitted 5 of them, or actually I think 6 of them, because I just did 2 of the tier slots, because why not? But should be.
And you'll be doing the same on YouTube soon, I assume.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait for Twitch to go on parody and me to figure out that system, because it's a little
Convoluted.
It's a bit of a bitch to.
We might even see if you can get the same icons added to Discord too at some point too.
Oh yeah, no, that one's just entirely because I've been lazy about it.
Really nice question there from Dark Winter straight off the bat. Did Pickles have a chance to see how many arrows can fit in an Idris? Because you did say you were going to do that.
I may or may not have entirely forgotten.
Wow. Can't believe you're so lazy.
Yeah.
I know.
It's like this other guy I know called Hater. He's terrible.
Yeah, I know, right? Whoever asked that question, shoot me a message and I'll get back to you.
Dark Winter, shoot him a question, man, on Discord, and he'll get back to you.
That way I'll remember to do it.
Yep.
What time did a Talon go on sale? What time? 8:12. What? Okay. Freaking 8. It's on the 12th. It was like sometime that day. I'm sorry. I'm just fucking.
It was like 4 a.m. for me, so it was like an hour ago, roughly, on the day. What's the PTV? Someone's asked, when will we get a rework for the PTV? But I can't.
Never.
The PTV,
Never.
it's nothing.
I'm just drawing a blank on what the PTV.
This thing's
It's
the
the
PTV.
fucking yeah.
Oh, that piece of
What?
shit. Oh, the golf buggy. Right. Okay.
I love it.
Yeah.
So that little sneak peek that Pika posted in the SC Leaks channel is this right here.
That's an interesting
And
thing.
you guys somehow managed to guess the entire thing based off of this tiny shot.
Oh, a bunch of nerds.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't
Bunch of-
underestimate us, man. Yeah, we're all nerds. There was someone saying we need to add a drip to our SC Leaks logo from the faucet. That's not a bad idea. We'll have a talk about that. I'll have a play. We'll see what I come up with. Question: why are you not able to show your faces? Is it more personal that way? Like, I could show my face, but these guys want to kind of remain a bit anonymous, and so I just stay with the group, so to speak.
You want to see
you
my
can see-
face? Here,
you
I'll
can
show
see-
I'll show
you-
my face today.
If you want to go on Info Runners, my face is on every single video. So if you want to see what I look like, I'm on Info Runners. I was also on Captain's Table yesterday as well, if you want to see me on there. So everyone has their right to show their face or not show their face.
Maybe
Yeah, I'll do an
in the future.
impromptu. I'll do an impromptu face review. I'm bored.
Oh, here we go. It'll be like a teddy bear or a puppet or something you watch.
It will be.
Yeah.
It'll be some like persona.
Oh no! It'll be real. Let me switch my.
We
phone
all
real
know
quick.
Hater is a furry because he is on that furry Discord server.
Shut up. You're a furry. Where's my face?
Well, I'm not on a furry Discord server though, so.
Skiba, we'll be talking about that later today, answering your question, Skiba. He's asking about any news on the Odin. We're going to talk about that from the sneak peek in a bit.
Should we run through some questions while we wait for Hater then?
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Quick list of what's upcoming ships are confirmed and in progress. Actually, we'll have to wait for Hater for that one. Can you remember that one, please, Piggles? Just an update on the ships.
I don't know which ones Hater wanted to talk about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So just remember,
Oh,
because you remember to ask him when he gets back. When are BH updates coming? BH. What's BH?
Behavior?
Maybe. When are behavior updates coming? I don't know. Don't know which one's that. Thanks for the subscription, Leonard Zimmerman.
Talk about Behavior Studios. They haven't done jack shit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but it just says BH updates. I thought he was talking about a ship, but I can't think of a ship that says BH. But anyway, question: is the Slider classified as a vehicle or the engine, or is it just an animated prop? I'll let Piggles answer that one. Piggles.
So in the game files, it's classified as a ship. It's under the ship structure. It's actually known in the game files as a mining bot, which would lead you to believe it's unmanned, as CIG has said before. But there is also a cab here, so who knows? But as far as I know, yes, it's classified as a ship, and it can fly. Should know it can fly. It has a flight configuration.
This would be one for Hater, I assume, or you maybe can answer it. Piggles, any chance the 100i series will have better guns on release? Because now they are crap and worse than the original starter ship. I totally agree. I have heard nothing. Have you boys heard anything about properly an update to the guns on
Nope.
the 100i? Yeah, so yeah, that's 2BA. Jetflyer, we'll be talking about that in a minute. Corfox asks, how old is the model we're looking at? I haven't seen it with textures before. Me either, man. I hadn't seen it with textures before either.
They never showed it off with textures, weirdly enough. This particular model is late 2017, but it hasn't really changed much since then. This is quite low. This is quite low detail textures, though. I should add compared to what it's probably like.
Is this a single pilot miner? I'll let you answer that one too, Piggles. And that was from Shadow Valorian.
I don't know. I've never actually looked how many seats it has. If I had to guess, probably, but obviously that's not. It's not really a definite yes or no.
Hannah B888 asks, is the Sidnus a Squadron 42 spoiler? I would say no. Well, I would say no because of the trailer they showed and it was in that.
Yeah, no,
You're probably never going to see it in game before then.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't see it in game before Squadron 42, but I wouldn't call it a spoiler because they've shown it off before. I wouldn't. In terms of Squadron 42 specific stuff, I wouldn't. Personally, I wouldn't show anything that CIG hadn't at least shown like parts of before.
Yeah.
So like the Idris, for example, they've shown bits and pieces. So I'm happy myself to show that off. And the same with the Sidness. But but then other things that would relate directly to the story, I wouldn't show because I don't really want to spoil that.
Thank you for the donation 101 chicken dance. We're going to be talking about that in a moment, just when we finish talking about the minor. So yes, we'll answer that shortly. His question was about the RSI and stuff. So yeah, we are going to address that. Probably should have addressed it first, but anyway, we'll talk about it in a minute. Question.
Not water, man. Water's for pansies.
Thank you for the description from Hawk Rux. Next question is from FT150 Gaming. Question: how do you get these models? Who made them? Where do they come from? I'm gonna say Magic, but what are you gonna say, Piggles?
CIG made them, and also Magic.
Question: what is that? From Flipkick25. This is the Cygnus Minor. It's been seen since, oh god, when did we first see it? 2014, you reckon?
Squadron 42 report in 2014.
Yeah. Thank you for the
Oh yeah, didn't it have that giant model just fly down and just like pow?
Yeah, it was on that ship Xilum level.
Thank you for the subscription, Gabrielle Talon. Sorry if I've got to interrupt because they only stay on the screen for a couple of seconds and then I lose them, so I've got to interject when they pop up. Why was Execute looking like he wanted to kill Maya last night? No, it was not Maya. It wasn't Maya. That was just... I think I vented. I haven't vented in a really long time about this game. So it just came out. Nighthawk asks, Connie reworked before 2069?
No. Connie's been cancelled. Taurus has been deleted. And everything regarding the constellations is gone. You'll never see it. Never.
And Cry Die asks, any questions, updates on Theatres of War?
No. Actually, wait. You know what? There is an update. No updates. Like, it's that kind of bad no updates where you get worried about what's happening because there's been no updates.
Didn't you say that it got completely removed from the build last time? Like, deleted from the build type of thing?
No,
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't say
The map
it's...
got removed.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean the assets got removed. It's just the map got removed, which could mean... I mean, the map was completely fucked because they never actually replaced the map on, like, the surface, so the entire texture terrain is fucked.
Thank you for the subscription, Ham. What... Alex asked, what are we looking at exactly? We're looking at the Cygnus Minor, which is...
Spooter.
It's made by Greycat, actually, so it's another Greycat work. Invader asks, why does Hater use the big... I'm going to skip that question.
What? No,
I think you should say it. I think you
why
should
does
say
Hater use... Alright, why does Hater have the big gay? Right, there you go. That was the question. From Invader.
That's a rich coming from someone whose Discord role is Ingader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes one to know what it is. Alex asks, what... No, I've read that one already, my bad, sorry. There was a question about... Oh, there we go. Sorry, I missed this. This is from Macazenon. Question is, C2 Hercules in 3.11. Now, the last I heard was it's coming in 3.12. Is that what you boys said?
Yeah, 3.12.
Yeah.
It's not a 3.11 ship. They are not going to surprise you.
Yeah. Same question.
This is where I get egg on my face by it coming in 3.11.
Yeah, same question from Nick Tyromless, so we'll skip that one. Shadow Nova, I think that is, with the O's removed, is what does this vehicle do? Thank you for the description. Lazimore. Yeah, it's a miner. So this is the Tick Miner. If you've ever heard of the name Tick Miner, this is what they were talking about.
Yeah, so what it'll do is it can fly. It's got a flight capacity. It'll come down, fly, and it'll kind of latch onto these asteroids, and it'll walk around on these asteroids like a spider bot, for example, and it would mine and dig stuff up as it went.
Couple of questions on 3.10 live, asking when we think it's going to go live. People saying Monday, a couple of different things like that. Any updates for when we could possibly?
Do you mean 3.10.1?
That's the one. Yep. Any updates?
Well, no. They're just going at it. I mean, Yeah, it's like okay. So I can't say for sure, but from what I hear about one of the guys who manages the live patches, it's going fine. They don't have a planned date for it because they still have some fixes. They just want to get a bunch of community shit out of the way for setting up for 3.11. Because 3.11 is not really going to change too much other than the networking rework. But I've heard rumors of that making its way out in like either next week's roadmap or the next one.
I've been on three.
Could be wrong though.
I've been on 3 live shows this week, and this is the funniest question I've had all week. Any news on some fresh gameplay loops, salvage, engineering, etc.?
None of them are in development. You're fucked.
Yeah, that's it.
The game's actually been cancelled.
Yeah.
Nah. Squadron 42 take precedence. If it doesn't appear in Squadron 42, you ain't gonna see it till that thing's out the door. That boy asks, have you guys heard about any plans for sitcom backup since the original plans were cancelled? I'll let you guys answer that.
We talked about this earlier.
Digital sitcom.
Yeah, digital sitcom. It used to be something a little smaller, like they just want a little celebration video saying, look at that, we did it, guys, we've reached this number, and then like a month later they do the anniversary sale.
Yeah,
nothing too big.
I would expect a pre-recorded video because their previous live streams that they haven't done it since.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be pre-recorded.
Terrible.
Actually,
yeah.
Well, I'm not sure about the pre-recorded aspect. I just do know they're setting up a gameplay experience for it. Not like in-game.
Yeah, it'd be a bit silly because
like,
it's their biggest sale of the year and it helps them sell ships, so they're definitely going to do something. What that is?
No, for digital sitcom, not for the anniversary sale.
Yeah,
I've floated around about as much of the Sidness as there is deceased. So shall we answer a couple more questions on that and then move on to the retribution?
Yep. If I've got any more, I haven't seen one pop up yet, man. So I'm just reading them as come in. So we're obviously a couple minutes behind in chat because I've stopped the scrolling. So if there's anything new, you boys will have to pop up on that because I'm keeping track of the questions.
What vehicle will carry the spider miner, or can it quantum travel?
Yeah, sure. I believe the idea is they're based around Archon Station.
Yeah.
Which is a prominent station in the Coil in Odin.
I'm seeing a lot of stuff. No.
So there's
a question. The scrap miner? No.
Yeah. Question here from Jetflyer. I thought I heard something about this not being in game anymore or being replaced by something else. No. We just haven't seen it for a long time. The last time I saw it was in one of the pre-recorded. How long
they had it in
ago
the
was that?
vertical slice.
Yeah, 2 years ago now. Yeah, it's been a while.
It'll probably be in game at some point. It's not like it's gonna be too hard.
You want to show us off that thing in the background at all, Piggles, while we're still answering questions, or?
Oh, the Greycat? Yeah, sure.
No. The thing in the top left.
No, that thing? Oh,
no,
nothing.
top left. That's the bottom right. Top left.
This thing?
Yeah, that thing.
What is that?
That's nothing.
It's nothing? Okay. Alright, well, never mind.
Kind of a bummer.
I've got a couple other questions, like real quick ones. Is the cockpit complete on the miner?
There is a cockpit that I don't have spawned in.
Yeah. When are the Bounty Hunter BH gameplay updates coming? Oh, so that's from the video you did on the drips and drops. Any updates on that at all?
On like Bounty Hunter stuff?
Yeah.
Oh. Like, if you mean that UI, that was just made primarily for Squadron. I never mentioned in the video, and I fucking want to kick myself for not saying that.
Yeah.
But almost all that stuff was being prototyped for Squadron. I said it has the potential for expanding out bounty hunting gameplay, other than some like bounty hunting gameplay loops they want to throw in the future, but that's just going to be with Pyro. And I don't know too much about that, I just know it's being done. But like that stuff I showed in the episode and primarily said, could help bounty hunting, was mainly for Squadron. That was mainly just like theory crafting, to be fair. It's gonna come eventually. And it's being used for like search missions, but yeah, I don't know.
Alright, what are we looking at here, Piggles? I'll just take a quick break from the questions. What is this? And tell us a little
So
bit
this
about it.
is the Retribution. It's made by RSI, I think.
I've seen this a lot on the
glass.
I've seen this a lot on the glass door of Manchester office. That's where you see this primarily these days, isn't it?
Yeah. So
in the background.
It is the Is Super Dreadnought, is it they're calling it?
Don't know. I
Later.
haven't heard it called that for a while, but it's definitely the biggest UE
Yeah,
RSI
tell you what,
ship.
if
Yeah.
we... I'll stick a Bengal next to it just to compare the
The
sizes.
scale. Yep.
I'm probably gonna regret this, but
Yeah, it'll probably crash. It usually does. But we'll see.
try it anyway.
Mm,
Spawned inside of it. Oh, it's
yeah,
right there.
I think he spawned it inside. I could be wrong. And did it die? I think it died.
No.
Nope.
Should be okay.
Okay, yeah, cool. Just started for a second. Cool. And
Ah.
yeah, it's inside it. I think you put it inside.
Not at all.
No. All right. Cool.
I,
Cool.
I just about made it.
Yeah, almost.
So it's
That's
not at
pretty
all
good.
in the right place, but you've seen how the Bengal pretty much dwarfs anything else.
So the Bengal's about
human-made.
a 1.1 kilometers long. So that's almost, what would you say, almost double
We'll
in
zoom
length.
out.
I'm just talking about length here.
A little bit more than double. Oh god, I got
Yeah,
too far away.
yeah. So
Be able to own a
that's-
retribution in game.
No.
yeah, that's kind of scary. I think there's only one of them too. Like it's not like
Yeah,
there's
only
multiple Bengals, but there's only one retribution. So yeah, that's interesting. I did hear something about this question here from Zebra Up. When are they at least realistic physics going to end into the game? Right now, the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner cartoons have more realistic physics. There was a Spectrum thread by one of the CIG devs talking about this, and they recently changed from CPU-based physics to GPU-based physics, and they have got to work out some of the bugs, and that's why that is on the back burner. And it's not just CIG that are having this problem. GPU physics in general lag behind technologically developed CPU-based physics, and that's why they're having issues, because they're kind of having to write a new system. That's what I gleaned from what I read on the forum post. Another question: is that cockpit with a ladder on it side? So I think he's talking about the Cygnus Miner back there.
Yes,
Yep.
that is.
Icarus asks, what is the most likely next major gameplay system to be implemented if we have any info?
I got
Well,
nothing.
yeah. No, it's going to be cargo. They
Cargo?
want to expand
Yep.
the entire cargo system for a push and pull ship.
That makes sense too, with the Hercules due to come online at the same time. That kind of makes sense to me. A big new cargo ship.
I mean,
yeah.
if you count it, I mean, that entire refinery system's more so an expansion of cargo gameplay rather than anything else.
Oh, I don't know if we can answer this next one. Valhadron Armani asks, or Armania asks, are there any game modes for alien races yet beside the Vandal, like the Zayan, Banu, or the Tavaran?
The game modes?
Like Vandal's
I've just
Swarm.
realised that, yeah, I thought he was going to talk about ships, sorry, I misread that in my head. So yeah. No, there is no game modes as far as I'm aware.
I was
haven't
talking
seen
about
any.
like playing as another character in which they've like played with it, but it's nothing that's going to come out
They've
soon.
dabbled with it, but that wasn't even concrete. They were going to release it. That was just a trying it out thing.
Yeah.
Someone's very hopeful here. Hannah B888 asks, by any chance did CIG accidentally, in inverted commas, put the Talon in the game files?
Yes. No, not at all.
No.
I wish
You
they
should have
did.
just said yes and then left it at that. That would have been far more harsh.
Well, I don't want to. I don't want to be a dick.
Oops.
I do. Yes. Yes, they did.
Friends.
No, they didn't.
Franz Nibelum asks, the ship some folks thought being the Polaris is in the Squadron 42 trailer. Do you think that could have been the Odin? The one in the Squadron 42 trailer is actually, what is that? The Shubin mining station. It just looks like a ship, but it's
Hold on.
actually a giant mining
Which
station.
Which video is this?
So, there was, so basically in the Squadron
Was
40
this
the visual teaser. The visual teaser. They're flying across the top of Shubin, and they're shooting like in the Gladius, and they're just shooting. But like
that
people,
isn't Shubin.
you don't reckon it's Shubin? Okay, I'll shut up.
That isn't
Please
Shubin.
tell
Shubin-
us. Tell us what you know.
I don't really know for sure what it is, but I know for a fact that it's not.
It's just
Shubin.
another. It's just another station.
It's just a station.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, Shubin's like this giant fucking
It's not.
station.
So Shubin.
But it has
so
that giant
the
thing,
particular
elevator.
Shubin we're talking about is called Archon Station, and it is huge. It's. I'd put it similar size to how big the Retribution is.
Right. Okay.
The Shubin that we're talking about.
Okay.
It's massive.
Another question about the Cygnus here, from Necron Philadelphia. I can't pronounce that. Sorry, mate. Is this a scrapped miner, or is this a good chance that this is usable in the future in-game? So yeah, I think it's just like a set piece when you say Piggles. What's your call on that?
As far as I know, it's all I've seen it used for previously is a set piece, but that's not to say they could make it player ownable.
Can you pilot this Cygnus from that boy? And that's something we were talking about before the stream, wasn't it, Peel? So I'll let you answer that one.
Yeah. So in the files, it's known as a mining bot, and they previously talked about it being a mining drone of sorts. So it would, in theory, be kind of on its own like a drone, but being that there is a cab there that you can sit in, you could probably fly it. Yeah.
Well, Piggles, let me offer you this counterpoint to whether or not it's remote pilotable. The remote operated craft, or whatever the fuck the rock miner was
remote
called.
ore collection. Collector.
Remote ore collector. It's pretty remote, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very remote controlled.
Mm-hmm.
There's a question here from. Oh, I missed it. Hang on, I gotta find it again. Do you think this ship will be included with the Orion again from Shadow Nova? I'm gonna say no, because it wasn't.
The Retribution.
No. He's saying, will the Cygnus miner be included with the Orion? And no, it wasn't included in the sale. So why would it be? I think that's a really quick answer.
I'd seriously doubt it if it was.
Does the spider mining ship have any defensive capabilities?
It's a laser.
It's got a mining laser.
From Miguel.
Those are pretty
Johnson.
good.
Yeah. This is a question from me. Can that actually be rigged up? Like, can you actually pilot it, or is it like, is that like?
I could rig it up to fly it, but it's a lot more trouble than it's worth.
And what does it do? Just like, kind of walk on? Can you describe it a little bit? Or does it just walk on the surface of the planet, or?
So it'll kind of there was a studio report ages ago that showed this off. But what it would do is it would fly in, and these legs would kind of if you think of like an ice pick and you're climbing, you kind of hook it into the wall.
Oh, okay. So you can actually.
That's what these legs do.
It's like a wall
that's
climber.
what these legs do, and it would walk around an asteroid or whatever you're attached to.
It looks very big brain though, doesn't it? With
like a spider. So like these pivots here, they'd move like legs pretty much.
Right. Hence why it's called the tick miner. Right. Next question. Any piracy-related features that you're aware of are being worked on from Jacob J. Anything? I guess. Well, let's elaborate on then. What piracy things are being worked on in Pyro?
Pyro.
Nothing. You don't want to say anything else? Okay, fine.
No, it's literally just Pyro. That's
Right.
I think that's like the expansion
Pyro
of the
is
gameplay.
an epic system.
Another follow-up question then
Yeah.
that's related to Pyro. Do you think they, because they worked on, because we've just found out that the Crusader landing zone is being delayed until next year, and that's kind of because of things like server meshing and stuff like that. And do you think that they're going to kind of like just stop that and start working on Ruin Station? And maybe they should have worked on Ruin Station first, and now they've kind of just not realized they've got the things out of order? Does that seem like what's naturally happened to you guys? Like, because I've just been thinking about the last couple of days, like.
Wait, like what do you mean?
Well. I think the original plan was to get Crusader going by the end of the year, right? Like, so they could just like end the Stanton system and say, "Oh, cool, we're done with it." But the cloud tech and server meshing's kind of held them back because they can't get that turned on in time, and so.
Well, I mean, server meshing is unrelated to Crusader.
Really? You don't reckon
Yes.
that? Okay, all right.
CIG could very easily just duplicate every single planet. It's like 3 times over, and they'd probably still be able to run the server.
Okay, all Question here from Songon. Can you show us the Pegasus up there?
Yeah.
Not now, maybe some other time.
So look forward to that in another stream potentially. Okay, I'm not even gonna. Chicken Duck Woman asks, "Will this fit into a Pisces?" No.
Yes.
Why are you using? Question from 1H. Why are you using Horus as labor? Free the horses.
No.
He's a nice guy. He helps us out.
I've secured his unconditional love.
Yep.
He's actually simping on me.
Yep. He's Piggles' gimp.
Yeah.
A question from N4CR. When will robbers and horses to micro kek? What? That makes no sense. I think this person doesn't speak English. When will robbers add horses to microtech?
When will Chris Roberts add horses to Microtech? That's basically what he's saying, I'm guessing.
Oh, kind of like the Star Citizen. Episode 9 of Star Wars, where they had the space horses on the bridge. Hopefully never. I haven't even watched that film yet, to be honest. I don't think I ever will.
You not?
Nah, man, I was
depressing.
so livid with what happened to Last Jedi. I literally walked out of that cinema so angry. I was so mad. Yeah, I just like.
It wasn't that bad.
No, it was like a spit and a kick to the face. It was that bad.
I just like laser sword fights.
Yeah,
that's all I was in it for.
I'm a hardcore Star Wars fan.
Fucking
JJ
full balls it.
The problem
He should have full balls it after Last Jedi. Last Jedi could have been fucking.
I think JJ legitimately
great.
tried. I think Ryan Johnson actually stuffed it. But the problem with JJ is he has to kind of piss and leave his own mark on everything. So the question, like anyone that's a Star Wars fan knows that George Lucas wrote the story and it's narrated by the two droids, which is R2-D2 and C-3PO, and he literally created BB-8 and took R2-D2 out of the story. And that alone, I can go into all these other ones that he does.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
why Star Wars is supposed to be narrated by the two droids?
Yep, they are in every
Sounds
episode.
stupid.
They are. No, it might sound stupid, but that is how it was created. If you actually know your content, it is a story told by C-3PO and R2-D2, and they're in every single episode. Anyway,
it's not like the guy was a great writer, anyways.
Yeah,
like,
thank you for the subscription.
It was saved and
Cybertech.
edited.
Yeah, but no, he's a good writer, not a good director. And I think if they, I don't know if you guys watch YouTube, but there's a lot of theories that he's coming back. So we'll see what happens. And they're gonna retcon the entire thing and just get rid of those 3 episodes, and that's what needs to happen, in my opinion. But we'll see what happens.
Why would they? Yeah, and I remember that little post. It was like on fucking like One Angry Gamer. It's like, ooh, rumor comes out that we're going to reset the SJW narration.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. It was definitely SJW, but let's not get political at this point. I could go on all day about how angry I am with that. I'm literally losing questions because we're getting to the max to the top of the screen. So if I miss your question, I apologize. I cannot pronounce this name.
What are we?
Myzos asks, what vehicle will carry this spider miner?
As far as I know, none. It's based on
It's
station.
just on a station. I mean, I think the best way to imagine it is like, there's a specific vehicle created just to carry the miners. I mean, I don't get why CIG doesn't make any vehicles that are just meant to do one thing. I mean, of course, it'd be useless. But I think the only closest thing they have to it is that one ship from the Drake ripoff company, or the one that sounds like Drake. I mean, I would imagine. What's that? What's the Elon Musk company?
Consolidated Outlands.
Starset. Yeah, Consolidated Outlands. Yeah, that little the Pioneer. Yeah, that's the only ship that does one thing.
So I'm getting a bunch of ship questions here. So rather than getting all these questions, if you have any updates for ships in general that you can give, and like the one that the person's asking here is the Redeemer. He's been hearing lots about the Redeemer. Do you want to just give us a quick rundown of all the ships you might have updates on?
In terms of every ship that you've heard of, CIG is about communicated everything that I've heard.
Yep.
I mean, you see, usually if it's in development, CIG doesn't really hold back the details, other than the Redeemer, which is, I don't know, I'm still saying out of here for Redeemer.
Yep.
But in terms of ships that haven't been released, I mean, if you saw earlier, teasing out the new RSI ship. I wonder what that's gonna be.
Well, it's funny you bring that up because we're getting a bunch of questions about that again. So, do we want to talk about that? So there was a in the concierge newsletter, there was a leak that or not a leak, but like an image that showed New York in the future of Star Citizen, and it showed the RSI headquarters, and it said, "We're hearing rumblings along the lines." Man, I can actually open the email. Give me a second, and I'll read it word.
I mean, we could just imagine what. I mean, I think if we all see the email, it's just basically saying, "Oh, RSI is going to do something." That's it. Like that's essentially the entire thing.
So word for word.
The next.
Our eyes and ears on Earth have been dropping hints that something new is coming from RSI. As usual, the moment we have more details, you will too. So,
the only thing that makes me say it's not the RSI Odin is that usually they tease a bit of military involvement whenever it's a military ship, and the Odin's very much a fucking military ship.
The
And
joke's on
know,
you.
I've
You've
used
been
it
wrong
for,
the whole time.
oh
And
god,
did some
I
mining.
gave him access to this channel. I let him talk. Welcome to our special guest, Invader. Don't you say something
I'm
too
just
fucking...
gonna mute him so he doesn't appear on stream. So he's muted.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Wow, muted
That's
him.
not nice.
No, but you should not be joining a live stream progress. That's just rude. Anyway,
Do you really think we have enough structure here to make that even slight bit unexpected? The unexpected is at this point expected, and the only thing that's annoying about him right now is that his audio is so off balance it's kind of killing my ears.
yeah. Mine too.
And I think it's just because I have everyone set on my side. Yeah, okay, what are we talking about? RSI ship? Odin?
Yeah.
I haven't heard jack
Yes.
shit on it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I believe it's going to be involved in the sitcom stuff, but that's apart from it. I just know they want big ship for sitcon, and big ship is Odin. I believe it'll be straight to flight ready. Who the fuck knows? I do know it's in later concept, as in they've like kind of. I don't want to 100% say this because even that can change. But when I got that image, it was basically a nailed down shape.
Yeah, and I've seen the images as well, and they've integrated polygons into each other, so it's past white box. I can tell you that right now. This is into like going on to the next stages towards grey boxes, 100%, because they do not put in that amount of work studying joining shit together if they're not just kit bashing, and that requires hours of work. So yeah, it's definitely further along.
We.
Sorry. Ada, you there, man?
Yeah, no, I'm listening to Invader because he has a good point here, which it could just be white box exterior rather than some kind of interior. We don't. I mean, I didn't get any images with the interior point, which is good fucking point. But it was. I mean, actually, I wouldn't even say that. It didn't really follow much of a scale. It was kind of fucked almost entirely, especially with the prefab turrets. Were definitely kit bashed.
I was also going to say, we got a question here about any updates on the roadmap of the roadmap of the roadmap.
Oh, I'm just going to move Invader out because he's going to distract me.
You're going to get a roadmap for the roadmap of the roadmap of the
Oh,
roadmap
do you want...
of the roadmap.
Yeah. The roadmap of the roadmap? You want to know how fun, how much the CIG employees have been loving that? You know how great that is? You know? Just getting pushed farther back, even though... could very easily get something out in like 3 days if you wanted to.
Executor, you done with mine?
Yes, man. If you want to.
I'm gonna kill him again.
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah. So, hey, it's a bit dumb. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna kind of say real quick. We're gonna kind of go into a more general base here. We're just gonna tease some upcoming stuff.
Yep. And
we're gonna also talk about giveaways right now while I first things first, our rock giveaway. I meant to announce the giveaways last week, but look at me here, I'm lazy. Okay, so I believe I just need to verify the date one more time on my timing, but I'm gonna just announce the next giveaway real quick. Thanks.
What's that gonna be?
Oh yeah, so thanks to Horrors, and thanks to generous donations on Patreon, Horrors will be giving out a rock, I believe. And through Patreon money, we're gonna throw in a talon. So it'll be a talon and a rock.
Oh, nice. What? So not a Shrike, or as I call it, a Shrek. But so it's going to be just a normal talon.
Did you really have to push your voice up just so you can make the shitty Shrek joke?
Sorry, did you say something about the talon Shrek?
Yeah, the talon Shrek. Yeah, that's what I call it now. I call it the Shrek.
I'm disappointed by all of you.
No, it's easy to pronounce.
So after the stream, I'll just have it so the bot it'll be all through Discord. We're just announcing it here, but just do the regular emotes. It won't be like a special surprise thing where we say, "Oh, what day is The Rock coming out?" Because we know how good that went last time. Ha!
All right. Maybe we could actually leave Horus in charge of that competition, because then he can manage it. That might be it.
13th of August. Okay, so the two people who actually put entries on the 13th of August, which is the release date of the Talon, was Zonko number 7887. I'm just gonna ping you in the server on server news because it just makes my life easier. But Zonko and Phasor, you guys were epic, and you guessed the date, and you also didn't submit it last second like 15 other people did. So,
that's pretty.
You guys are both fair and epic.
All right, well, congratulations to our winners. I do have an idea though. I'd like to actually get your guys' thoughts on the Talon and the Shrike. What do you guys think, and what do you think of it, of the design, and then also which variant do you prefer?
Well, speaking of design, I'm disappointed in myself for getting the information wrong. They told me all black. I mean, the thing is black, but that fluorescent paint I was not warned about, and I'm annoyed that I misdid some of that information. And I'll try better next time.
Probably changed in marketing. The marketing dude. Things.
Well, it's changed for about a month if we're gonna go off the first time they teased it, and then they got the fucking what's it called? Shrike, that thing, or no prices? Yeah. Fucking prices. I thought that we had actually gotten our stuff wrong, so I pulled back on that. But it turns out that the person who gave me the prices was correct, and I need to apologize to them for that. Not really that. I mean, they didn't know it was going to be correct either. It was more just a flip of a coin at that point. I'm just reflecting on old leaks.
Getting back to my question though, which variant do you prefer, and do you actually like the ship?
I like
Piggles.
it.
You go first, Piggles.
I ended up. So I actually, the week before then the Talon actually went out, I upgraded my Mantis to a Cartual. And they came out with a Talon and essentially just priced out a Cartual for something the same or better from what I've heard.
Right, yeah.
For $75 less. So I've now got a Talon Shrike instead of a Cartual.
And you can probably get
the credit.
You could almost get both of them for the same price.
Yeah,
an extra $15, you can get both. That's actually a really good pack though. The pack that goes both. I think, surprisingly, I don't think we've seen a ship with variants where the variant works very well with each other. I'm expecting to see a lot of Talon and Shrike mini fleets, if you know what I mean.
Combinations.
Because the Talon's almost like an escort fighter for the Shriek, getting the missiles in and stuff like that. Yeah. You gonna say, Hater?
So what's the deal with
Airline
deal with the Shrike? I never get the
Shrike
and the regular one.
So the way I'd probably explain it to you is the Talon is like a cheap man's Cartual, and the Shrike or the Shrek or whatever you want to call it.
No, I mean like literally in terms of hard points.
It's got 24.
It's a missile boat.
Yeah, 24 size 3 missiles. So it's it's almost as many missiles as the MISC.
But does it have all the same hard points?
Well,
give me 1 second.
They're different.
I will bring up the brochure.
Yeah.
So they're 100% different. I mean, I cannot equip all the missiles onto the other one.
Can you just check who that subscriber was? Because I missed it, mate. Can you read it for me, please, Hader?
Oh, yeah, subscriber. Let me get up Streamlabs. Sorry you're missing people.
No, well, it's just because Yeah, I see it before them too, so I get a bit more time. But I'm
Okay,
halfway up the chat trying to hold
Here you go.
questions.
so the regular Talon has 2 size 3 gimbaled ballistic cannons and 2 size 3 missile racks with 2 size 2 Terran missiles.
Mm.
The Shrike has 2 size 1 gimbaled ballistic cannons, 2 bespoke internal racks with 12 size 3 missiles per rack.
Yeah.
So you're taking a really massive hit in terms of guns firepower for a huge amount of missiles.
Wow, that's actually wow. The Shrike sounds like a fucking downgrade.
No,
Missiles. Okay, so missiles
it's
are
But
missiles are
those
nice
are
right now.
12 size 3 missiles per rack, so you've got
Yeah, that's
24
huge.
size 3 missiles
I
in a
mean,
ship
we
that
did-
size.
That's as
Did we
almost
talk
as
about
many.
the changes coming to missiles?
Not yet, but give me a minute. That's almost as many missiles as the freelancer MISC, man, and it's literally like $60 cheaper. And it's in a fighter,
Yeah,
and it's
but the
in a
MISC can
and-
really only be effective once.
Yeah, but
Even
but you can land the Shrek on a conventional carrier. You cannot do that on a freelancer because it's too big. So you're going to fit more of them. I don't know. There's a lot of things to be determined down the line. So especially like the other part of it that comes back that goes in the favor against the ship or negatively against the ship is their custom missiles. So they could nerf those in the ground like they kind of did with the Singed Tachyon cannons for the Banner Defender. So for me, there's too much up in the air to call which one is better than the other. But I think on a roll basis, because they're both glass cannons, the Shrek is kind of a bit better because you get in with your missiles and you get out.
You
That
spend
would
less
imply
time.
that those size
in a
3s are going to
situation
be
where you could
effective
be-
after this year.
So tell us what you've heard about missiles then. That might help.
Oh, they really do not like them this patch. I know. I don't know exactly the path they're gonna go, but I know that someone's grabbed an axe and they're swinging at the legs. They don't want them that effective anymore. It's if you buy a missile carrier for missile gameplay these days, which some people do. Some people are that stupid. You're stupid, and you will be even stupider when you have some egg on your face next year. Just don't buy missile boats right now until you see how it's going to change.
Yeah. Now, I want to talk really quickly about a rumor that I heard that I haven't had time to talk to you about that you've just triggered in my head. One of the other things I heard that could be a possibility about the RSI leak. Now, I'm not saying this is factual. This is just a rumor. Is that it could also possibly be the refinery ship. What would your thoughts be on that, gentlemen?
It could be the refinery ship.
Mm.
The refinery ship's an alien ship, is it not?
No,
Or is it just general?
the alien ship was a Xi'an cargo ship. So the two ships that are left from CitizenCon last year that we haven't seen is the refinery ship and a Xi'an cargo ship.
The
I
Xi'an cargo ship is. Are we thinking of that Xi'an cargo ship, Hater?
No, we're
No,
thinking.
No, I think he's talking about
I'm talking
the
about
other
the
cargo ship.
So you remember at the end of CitizenCon last year where they did the ship shape type
Oh
of
yeah,
segment?
Oh,
Mobile
yeah,
Refinery.
They had the
Yeah,
black and
sorry.
white silhouettes of the ships, the concept ships, and the only two that we haven't seen is a Xi'an cargo ship, which is a much smaller little kind of star design. I don't know how else to explain that. And it kind of morphs like the Scout when it lands. And then there was a refinery ship, and they had a couple of different versions of that, but it looked very MISC. But one of the rumors I'm hearing is it could potentially be an RSI refinery ship, which is technically possible. But yeah, I've had it brought to my attention. It might be that instead of the Odin. But I just like to get your thoughts. What do you think that could be a possibility? But I haven't heard anything, so it is completely hearsay and rumor at this point.
I'll do an ask on it.
I could
with
see
some
it
of my
being a
guys.
thing, being that RSI makes the Orion.
Yeah, me too. But that's the other part of it. I don't think that they would put them under the same manufacturer, and it really does look like a MISC ship to me, especially in the concept images. It's got the same curves as MISC and stuff like that.
I don't think CIG wants to create a refinery ship when the refinery manufacturer still doesn't have a refinery ship.
Well, I would see it coming online with the refinery decks, which is due, the patch after the
No,
cargo decks? You don't reckon?
I do not even. I'm not gonna say 100% know this because it could have changed in between the time I heard it in like Q1 or Q2, but
Right.
like they are not even going to touch like ship-based refinery until
Interesting.
they get the So the station refinery and ship-based refinery are two different things. So ship-based refinery is or just in terms of how they want to design the gameplay loop. So station-based refinery is itself a expansion to cargo gameplay, because now if you have these inert materials, you can go to a third stop or a secondary stop on your way, and you could potentially make more money. Meaning that's a secondary route that makes more risk. That's the entire point of refinery as a station gameplay. Refinery as a ship that you can control its location. Well, first it's going to require docking. That's already out of the question, especially right now. And then you have itself, like, oh, how am I? What actually goes in there? And like, they want. It doesn't really. If you think about it, you just have the refinery sticking outside of a safe zone right now, and it doesn't really add anything to gameplay. All you're doing is you're waiting before you sell something. It doesn't add anything there.
Yeah, it's just
the station gameplay adds that extra route. It adds the risk. It adds the potential emergent gameplay.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add on about refineries or the refinery ship, or we'll move on?
I got nothing.
You got nothing?
Yeah,
All right. We'll go back to the questions then. So there's a question here from your average Ben who asks, will they ever fix the 30Ks that we're currently experiencing?
No.
Any feedback on that?
They will never fix them. There's 30K. The biggest problem with 30Ks is that I think devs have already gone about this like thousands of times, but 30K exists because CIG has way too many errors with their program that it's kind of hard to nail down. Hey, this is what's wrong with the program, and here's a precise error code. Like every patch, they try and add like 5 error codes to like the thousands of error codes that probably need to be existent. Luckily, they set themselves up for 30,000 error codes in the future, which is probably a little too little for what they need. They need like 40K. Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Got a question here from Hannah BB8888 again. Sorry. I don't know if we can answer this, but how did you all get into making leaks?
I did mods and ended up getting dragged into showing off a javelin.
Yeah, we dragged him in here kicking and screaming pretty much. What about you, Hader? Do you want to talk about yours, or?
So long ago in a world far away, I was bored and I read.
So 2 years
4chan.
ago. Right. Sorry.
I read 4chan and saw they were just posting leaks, and I'm like, oh, the Reddit doesn't even get these leaks for like days at a time. So I'm like, hey, I'll just make a Discord and just collect them here. Then there was a huge racism thing between that Discord and this new Discord / YouTube channel shit. But that
happened.
if someone, I feel like that's a better story for when I talk about that specifically, rather than some random question prompted out of the blue.
Okay, we'll leave it for another time. I did leaks on other games. I basically just, when it came to this particular channel, I just saw that they should be doing their own YouTube channel. I reached out to Hader and it went from there. So yeah, that's kind of how this YouTube channel came about. Just helping them out. Where my Ares at? So I guess you could bundle a couple of the Crusader ships in there, couldn't you? So things like the Mercury, the Ares, the Hercules, any kind of information on those ships coming.
I would expect the Ares to just be released for Crusader, or one of the.
They've
Crusader
all had some
updates.
pretty significant progress on them. CIG seem relatively committed to really building out the Crusader lineup, especially coming up with style guides and sets.
From what I hear, the Ares is like a little bit before the 100i in terms of development, or like development progress. If you like look at it as scale, but it's obvious that the Ares is not getting full work done because the Crusader team is doing a bunch of other shit right now. But it's probably going to be the priority once the Crusader ships are all released and whatnot.
Zebra Up asks, why doesn't the rock mining laser do any damage besides rocks? Actually, that was answered on Inside Star Citizen. Basically, they don't want them people trolling people. They don't want you to be able to kill people with a mining vehicle, which is kind of shit, to be honest, because it would have been really cool to see jousting between two different rock miners. In my opinion, I think it would have been cool. Next question: any news about the Endeavour? Oh, you're not going to get any news about that for years and years and years. That ship is incredibly on the back burner.
Is the Endeavour a MISC ship? Can I use this as
Yes.
a segue? Because
Yes,
I feel
yeah,
like
go.
we should. We're
We want to do a segue? Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, here's the segue. MISC. Speaking of MISC ship, yeah,
Segue
that's
to
a
our
segue.
sponsor, lttstore.com.
I get that joke, but no, I don't know if other people get that joke. But yeah, that's.
Do you need more online protection while you're surfing the web?
Yeah.
May I
Yeah,
recommend you
What is
a
it?
VPN?
What is it? Private internet access. That's what they use, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. And then they chuck in the water bottles. Like, there's more advertising on their channel now than there is actual news. It's kind of funny. Someone's telling me.
Okay, that wasn't even a lottery slap. You could suck my ass. Sorry, I'm like reading this.
Yeah, it's all
outside.
good. Do you want to show off a sneak peek here of what you've got? Hey,
Yeah, make sure you use that one image I sent you, or I'm gonna be a little salty.
There it is. That's the one you sent me. Yeah.
Oh, we used the wrong one? No, I'm joking.
We should take off the chat.
Yeah, I can take off the chat. Give me 2 secs. What's it called? It's called Restream. That's it. Boom, gone. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Shoved
What
behind
do we
the shelves of
what are we looking at here?
behind a greasy little shelf under behind Chris Roberts' desks lies a bunch of ship concepts. Concepts that might never be finished. Concepts that will someday is finished. One of those concepts was a Origin D12 rover. So sometimes they do like to reach in their little pocket of fun times and say, "Hey, I want to finish this ship here." It's quite obvious what it is. I mean, to an extent. I mean, we said the name, MISC Dart. It's pretty obvious. It's a dart. It's a ship. It's pretty cool. It's a little throwback to the Clips teasers, by the way, if you couldn't already tell. This little thing, this little shelved piece of shit, we're gonna be talking about it on the next episode of Drips and Drops, and it'll be cool. Here's a little sneak peek of it. What are your thoughts on it, just from this image alone? You got little boys?
I think it's ugly.
I just don't feel comfortable with the fighter from MISC, personally.
It also just doesn't look very MISC either.
I just don't think MISC should have a fighter. They're I almost think them like Argo, where they're just like an industrial company. So does every manufacturer have to have a fighter? Like, are we all going to war?
Yes.
Yes. I don't like
Yes.
that myself, but yeah.
I mean, it's something CIG wanted.
And wouldn't a fighter from MISC just be a giant bubble? Because like all their stuff's like these fat little bubbles, not like a little dart. Like it would be just like a round
who knows?
sphere.
What's underneath the veil? Is it some complicated cockpit shit, or
Well,
is it just
you
more
can
of a
see the
bubble?
shape. It looks like almost like an arrow. Like honestly.
Don't
like,
worry, it looks janky and stupid,
Yeah.
just like you'd expect.
Oh, don't even get us started on the landing gear.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't even. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to
It's
say
covered.
anything, but, yeah.
Oh yeah,
I've seen that.
That's gonna be it.
I've
It's
seen
gonna be like a
the.
30-minute segment on the episode.
So how
by the way.
many people did we get to make art for this one? I think it was 3 people. Yeah.
Yeah, 4 people. Oh, yeah, I should
4.
go through some crediting real quick.
Yeah, give some
before-
credits. Why not? That's a good.
Yeah,
time to
okay,
call it out.
so when I was paying for art, we managed to get 4 people to help out. Let me get the list right here with certain credits, because I have it on the script right here for tomorrow's episode, and I have half written. I should be able to finish it within the hour.
Yep.
After we're finished streaming.
If you don't fall
Read this.
asleep
Okay,
first.
so Sam Monahan created the 3D model with some really shitty sketch. Okay, let me back up one step. Or sources. So a lot of the information we're going to talk about, the development, equipment, all that wise, comes from internal. So the ship, we had one of the rich schmucks who get a studio tour, doesn't know how to draw. So I had to the reason why I mentioned the Dart months ago, and the reason why I said we'll get it next, I had to be relaying, hey, CIG dev, does this look like, because the little cheeky little schmuck never sent me an actual image. I said, does this look close enough? And he says, if you fix this part, and I'm like, okay. And I send it back to the guy who made the sketch, because I didn't want to get any artists involved. too early because he's the one who actually saw the ship. So I say, okay, fix. Remember this a little better? And he said, yeah. And it went back and forth for about like 2 months until we got a pretty good sketch down, and I sent it to Sam Monahan, who created a lovely 3D model. We're going to be showing in the episode, and I sent it to all the artists as a reference. And this particular photo here is created by Faust, who created some lovely poses as well as this lovely render right here that we're going to be using throughout the episode. Then we have Cho, who created a lovely flyby image that's going to be used on the thumbnail, if you've already seen that, because I know it's being passed around since I showed it to Patreons a couple of days back. And then Vulcan13, who made just this excellent, like this thing, the image that he made looks like it came straight out of the concept piece for any CIG licensed property. Like, it's awesome. I love all of the art here. Like, everything has its own flavor.
As you said, it highlights back to the Eclipse too. That's what you were saying that earlier, and it really does remind me of the Eclipse artwork. Yeah,
once we get the episode going, I'll like make sure all the stuff's labeled with the proper artists, because I can mention what this is done by this without. We're not showing any other than the one created by Faust here. So in a couple days, which hopefully is tomorrow, that's my goal. I'm gonna get it done before midnight today, and I'm gonna post it on a timer tomorrow at 12. And hopefully you guys can all take a lovely little peek at this mysterious ship that is probably 100% canceled, unlike the G12, which was also probably 100% canceled. So what? You might see this in the future.
So you're saying that this is it's been shelved literally behind Chris Roberts' desk type of thing. So it's not in development anymore.
No, not at the moment. It's not an active development.
Okay.
They have plenty of ships like this. It's just a fun little one that I have a lot of information on, and we're gonna go over that. Maybe next time we'll have even more shelved ships to go off of. CIG has endless shelved ships. The Argo is just the Argo, the G12, this one. This just a drip in a bucket. Drip like a leak. It's funny, isn't it?
I'm gonna be honest. I actually would have rather to see something like the 100i come from MISC. Like the 100i and 300i are way too close together, but I could see a small cargo vessel from MISC, but they already do also have the hull A and the hull B, so I just don't see where a MISC fighter sits in regards to the rest of the MISC lineup. I don't know if you guys agree, but
especially when this one has no cargo capacity, and is a light fighter. I should probably mention that as well. Yeah, it's a light fighter. This thing is a aero competitor.
Well, the only thing I could see where it does work is MISC use Xyon engines, so it's kind of closer to a cross between a Reliant and a Cartwal. You know what I mean? If you made it some kind of Xyon hybrid fighter, that could be.
Oh, that would imply they brought any of the fun stuff from the Xyon design. But the only weird thing about it is the landing gear, which we'll get on with the episode when we do the episode.
Yep.
Tomorrow or the next day Piggles,
when you get off your butt and get it done. So
when you actually do something for once.
How about you shut up? Okay, I'm offended.
I'm not the one who has to make them. You are.
Oh dear. All right, so should we get back to a few questions then, instead of breaking into an argument?
Let's go through questions. Well, while I would love to do Dart questions, we'll probably cover a lot more.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
And then we'll answer them in the next stream. Just try and keep it to more general stuff.
Yeah, if you're gonna ask any MISC Dart questions, I'm just gonna avoid them. So yeah. Question here from Commander Cody. Question: Are Arlington Gang Idris bounty mission updates? Anything on that you've heard?
What did I say? Whatever. Either I said it last time or I said it to someone in private. But that shit is just pushed until it's just, hey, do you want to throw it in? It's not fun. It's just not fun. It's not fun at all.
Piggles, do you want to say anything about that or no?
I got nothing.
Is that nothing? Alright, he's staying silent. Jub asks, question, last guys you mentioned the Ares series at the end of this year, is that still our prediction?
Okay, so I said that under the knowledge that they wouldn't have a packed year for Crusader, but because of the 311 pushbacks and because of the Crusader pushbacks, I'm going to guess that it was probably just marketing wise, and plus just a little bit more thought into it. It's probably going to be next year, but it's going to be early next year. Like they want it out soon. It's a fighter. It's a fighter that they've already got the guns completed for. So it could be theoretically this year. It could be this next patch if they worked hard at it. But they're not going to do that because that takes work.
Ret Nightfire asks, is SOX implementation has SOX OCS been implemented already? And Mr. Duke Mark just subscribed. Thank you very much. So I'll re-ask the question. Ret Nightfire asks, is SSOCS implemented in game already?
No. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm struggling to read this guy's name against Tropper211 asks, when will we see Raining Gate?
Wait, are you okay? You just cut out. Or are you
When will we see a raiding game? I think
Yeah.
the question was.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all part of a weather system. It's when they get around to it. I personally haven't seen anything supporting rain, but not everything filters through for me to get my hands on Hater. Might have heard something from devs, but we both get our information through different methods.
Yeah, so I mean, like,
Yes.
they have snow, so it's not hard to imagine that rain can be done pretty.
There was a little bit of mention about weather and effects on the Star Citizen Live this week. They had the FX people on, so maybe check that live stream and you might get an update directly from CIG.
From like the summaries I read, because I do not want to watch another one of those episodes. It's such a pain to go through.
Agreed.
Is that like it didn't really seem much was talked about. In terms of like future content, let me bring up our Star Citizens Discord. Actually, nope, they don't even have a summary there.
While you're looking for that, I'll ask Piggles this question. Does the Super Dreadnought have an interior?
There is a little bit for story purposes.
There you go. So that's obviously something they'll probably fill out down the line when they get on to episode 2 or 3. Richard Set asks, what have you heard? Seems like there isn't a whole lot of anything being worked on. Okay, well that I don't even know what that's in context to, so we'll skip that one. Mike Philbin asks, what other star systems are in the files yet? Oh, I'll let you answer that one, Piggles. Because I can answer
personally, I've only seen work on other parts of Nyx and Pyro, but like I said before, not everything filters through to me.
Well, you can also
CIG recently have been getting a lot better at omitting things from builds, so it makes my job a lot more difficult trying to dig things out.
But they've mentioned what was called the line of 5. So there's actually, you can look at all the systems they've worked on except for one that basically goes from what's it called? Terra, then to Stanton, then it goes to Pyro, then to Nyx, and then it goes to Odin. Those 5 all at some point or another have been shown off by CIG, and the one exception to the line of 5 is Lear. And Lear is the sandworm planet, if you remember that. So they're the only
Lear that's Lear 3, that was made specifically for the presentation.
Yes, it was.
Terra hasn't had, as far as I know, hasn't had as much work as Odin, Stanton, Pyro, or Nyx. I think Nyx is coming up next in the
I'd agree.
least work. Then we have
I think they're going to work.
Pyro.
I think they're going to work to work. I think they're going to work pretty much from Stanton straight to Odin. That seems to be the thing.
Then we've got Pyro, Stanton, and Odin. Yeah.
And Nyx and Pyro compared to Stanton are very small. They've only got one landing zone each. And what is it? Delamar or whatever.
Delamar.
That asteroid is the landing zone for Nyx. So that's going to be taken out of the Stanton system and put into Nyx. So you'll find that moves. So that when they eventually get round to doing Nyx, it'll probably come fairly quickly because the landing zone's already done.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Question from Alex: what do you think is the next milestone? Stones are for planetary tech.
Squadron 42. That. Yeah.
Question: will any other creatures come with the oversized crab from Pyro from Selenor?
Creatures like aliens.
Yeah. They've only announced
No idea.
two of them: the Yeti thing and the giant crab, and yeah, they'll come when they come. You can pretty much imagine whatever they're working on now. Like if you look at every time they bring out something, they have something that is like, look at the bartender. They use that as the test bed. These first characters will be test beds without a shadow of a doubt. Question from Robot Spartan. Roadmap progress for 3.11 seems slow. Have you heard anything that indicates if it really this slow? Well, that's basically because they're working on the new roadmap stuff, yeah?
No.
You don't think so?
And
Let's elaborate.
It's just because they have a bunch of smaller features. I mean, a lot of their feature sets they get ready for roadmaps nowadays are just like they have a bunch of really cool stuff, stuff that they don't want to put out too soon. I mean, we saw with the last update. Hey, we have this entire UI rework and flight rework, and that didn't come until like this time in 3.9, didn't it?
Something like
Like-
that, yeah.
Yeah, or 3.10.
I got an interesting question here from I think it's a description for Friendly Fenton Vasey. You just subscribed on YouTube, thank you. Hannah B888 asks, will you ever need more 3D modelers? Hater, take it away.
I mean, yeah. I kind of don't want to hover around a single person too much unless I really like their work.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so much that I am like fucking
So if you're good at
that they're
if
amazing.
you're good at 3D, do you want people to shoot you a message?
Yeah, shoot me a message if you're interested. I just will note that I don't think we have something coming up for at least a month in terms of another
Mm-hmm.
project like this. I could be wrong though. Stuff changes all the time. I mean, tomorrow I could just fucking hear, "Hey, we got the next Gian, we had the Gian Oraklo or something like that, and I need you to draw it real quick. Can it be epic?"
So I can probably answer this next one, which is Dima Begonja. I can't pronounce that name. Sorry, it must be Indian or Pakistani. I can't pronounce it. Sorry. Question: any validity to the rumored Squadron 42 release for Q2 2021? Now that was based on their date for the end of Q3. And they've said at this stage it's probably been pushed back a quarter or two, so that's probably not going to hit that milestone anymore. What have you guys heard in regards to that?
They're, as far as I've seen, I wouldn't say they're perfectly on track, but they're making pretty good progress. They're not significantly behind where I'd expect them to be.
Thank you for
thank you,
hang on.
101. Yeah.
Yeah. His question was, any news on the digital citizen con, or I think it said what we expect there to be? It kind of cut out just as I was reading it.
Should we?
Big ship,
we
big
talking about it?
multi-cruise ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, big multi-cruise ship.
New ship.
Yeah, you'll probably...
big
what
new
do we see?
multi-cruise ship.
Well, if you look back at previous years, you can actually almost articulate what there's going to be. The last couple of years, there's been 3 ships, a small, a medium, and a large, and they always do the largest ship of the year at CitizenCon, and it's happened every single year. And
It was either a Captor or a large, wasn't it?
Yes.
I can't remember.
So things like the Hammerhead, the Polaris, the Kraken,
Wait,
the
Hammerhead was
Privateer.
not SitCon?
It was just before CitizenCon. It was just before. You are correct. I was wrong, actually. It was the Pioneer. That's what it was. The Pioneer.
Yeah.
I was wrong. You were correct. I think the start of the Kickstarter campaign in October 10 is when the Hammerhead came out, and then the CitizenCon was in the November, and yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, so big ships tend to come around that time of year.
I don't actually think. Oh wait, no, that was the year of the fucking Valkyrie, wasn't it?
Yes, that was the meat. That was the meat. Yeah, no. Pioneer was CitizenCon. The Valkyrie was the medium CitizenCon ship, and then there was a small one, and don't quote me. I think it was the Arrow, but I can't quite remember.
Yeah, it was the Arrow.
Yeah, but they almost always do 3 ships around that period: a small, a medium, large, because it hits all 3 price points. So I'd be expecting something similar this year. And like, if you look at the ships that we know about, small cargo vessel from Zion. a medium refinery ship, and an Odin. That covers those bases. So unless we have any more details, I'm almost suspecting that's what we'll see. But again, only rumor and conjecture. You guys correct me if you think I'm completely wrong.
Hey, remember Squid of Love? He has a fun YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. He had that really nice voice. I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, and then he realized that Star Citizen was kind of shitty.
That was a depressing turn of events, but okay. Why do you think guys think? There's some questions here people have been asking that are out of context.
Someone put in chat. Sorry, the Arrow was the Sail, not Citizen Con, and the Kraken was the same Citizen Con as the Valkyrie.
My bad. Well, there you go. Yeah. The year, that would have been in the year after or whatever. But you get my point is, if you go back and look, there's almost always a small, medium, and large type of shit to hit different price points. And that's the point I'm trying to get across. And I'm probably remembering them out of order, but go have a look and you'll see that I'm correct. They tend to have 3 ships to hit these different price points to appeal to who want to buy them and stuff like that. Question from the real Mr. J. Will there be a lot more utility ships in the future? I'm sick of seeing fighters. I certainly hope so. What do you guys have to say?
They're working on them. They've worked on some. There's plenty of utility ships in concept, if that's what we're going to talk about. But
it's probably going to be 1 for 1. They don't. Fighters are just so easy and needed for squadron that it's like, hey, fuck it. Fuck it.
I think logically, if you look at what they've done with mining and how they've basically brought out all these different mining vehicles because the mining gameplay is on par, I'd almost expect the same thing. Pick your gameplay, and basically they'll end up filling that out. So if it was salvage, they'll end up filling that out with a salvage vehicle, a small salvage, a large salvage, etc., etc. Christian Coper donated. I missed that, man. Can one of you boys please read that one? He just donated some money.
Why don't we see more of the... Sorry, Kruger Interactive, why don't we see more of those skips? Any plans for them? Not the Murakami ships. Snub Fighters, are you talking about, Christian?
Yeah. Re-ask your question and one of those... Horace, if you can pick up that question and pass it to one of us, if you can find it, or re-answer that. It's got to be in context.
The knock? Or the one with Kruger Intergalactic? That one's context.
That's the one.
Yeah, why don't we see more of those ships? Any plans for them? With super chat of 50 knock, which I think is Norwegian Kroger.
Yeah, he's talking about Snub Fighters. I don't really think that there is much to do with them. They haven't really planned for anything to be as integrated into a ship like the Merlin is with the Constellation, for example.
Yeah, they realize how fucked that is for their engine, and they want to limit it to the one fucking ship. Or the couple ships that haven't.
I think you answered this before, but Mel Dane asked any new info on the Redeemer's production. I think you answered that before, though, didn't you?
It's going good. I mean, I heard it was in Grey Box, which is pretty good. I mean, the 100 High was in Grey Box when they posted photos of it. The Grey Box means something almost entirely different now in terms of CIG, by the way. It means that shit is textured very basically at the exterior. And almost a lot of the fine detail inside's pretty good.
The model itself is pretty much finished.
Yeah, it's some far out shit now rather than what Grey Box was earlier, which is we got some basic detail going and it's gray now instead of white.
Piggles, can you read that subscriber for me out, please? Because I missed
it.
What? Someone just subscribed. Can you
the
read
Nightfire guy?
Yep. Or whoever it was.
Subscription.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Super chat.
No, it wasn't a super chat. It was just a subscription. But
wait, was it I think you have it so subscriptions are showing up for YouTube.
Wrecked Right Nightfire donated €50 through super chat. Can you show
fucking
us some...
€50? What?
Yeah. Can you show us some? I missed the question because you were talking. Can you read that one too, please, Piggles?
Can you show us the model of the Talon in game like you did with the Retribution and Siddhis? I don't have a model of the Talon. However, if one of Hater's 3D artists were to make a model of the Talon, I would very happily throw it in game for you.
Actually, if you want to look at a model of the Talon, they have it on the Fleet Viewer.
Store page.
The Fleet Viewer actually has the 3D model in it for both the Shrike and the Talon. And the website address, I'll just grab that. You can literally go into Google and type in Star Citizen Fleet Viewer.
Yeah, I need to put it together to work in game. So next time we do a stream, I'll make sure it's in there.
Copying the link, and I'll put that
it's
in
going to be
chat.
the hanger model anyways, but it's to scale, right? Usually those.
Yeah, they're all to scale. All the Hollow Viewer models are. So Nightfire, next time we do a stream, I'll make sure it's there for you.
Here, I'll
And,
if you're on the Discord, I'll just post the sketchfab link in Star Citizen. You download the model through there. Which
Yes,
I've still got to
Starship
put it together nicely.
Starship42.com is the Fleet Viewer.
Man,
So
I
that-
can't believe how fucking avian they went for the ship. And it's like, when my source said, "Oh, it's gonna look like a predatory bird at the face," I didn't think he meant full on fucking a hawk. Like, it's kind of silly how much this is just a bird.
It kind of goes with the Tavaran theming though, and like you kind of get the similar thing from the Cyan, except their ships are not turtle-like, so it's kind of weird. Yeah, maybe they went too far into bird culture. I don't know.
I mean, it's not even bird culture; it's just a bird. I mean, wow.
Thank you for the
We should
subscription.
probably,
Harry Williams, thank you for the subscription. Sorry, you were going to say?
Oh yeah, those are YouTube subscriptions, by the way, because I just took a look at the Twitch chat board.
I can tell where they're from because they're color coded. If they come up red, they're from YouTube. If they come up purple, they're from Twitch.
Oh, I just thought you would just say. Oh wait, you never were able to disable them, were you?
No,
But you don't got Twitch follows
that's right.
going?
Oh, maybe I turn. Yeah, I think I Twitch. No, a YouTube subscription is where they become a member, I think. I don't know. I'll have a look at it after this.
No, that just means they press subscribe on the channel.
Oh,
I haven't set up the member stuff.
Okay, well, I'll have to have a look at that after this. Anyway, we'll leave it to after stream.
Yeah, we'll leave it for members then.
When do you think the Starlifter will be out, seeing as now in December they are now releasing the Talon? They could still be at that time period because that was announced for 3.12, isn't it? That's...
Yep. Probably by the end of the year. Who knows? So, I mean, I said end of the year already, but that could change. Also, Shadow Nova, thank you for this, the Amazon Prime Gaming subscription.
Whoa,
that's what it's called now.
I haven't got one of those in a while, have we?
No, we got one an hour ago.
Actually, I should probably
log. I mean, all we got is some basic emotes, anyways.
I should probably log on and use mine on our channel because I don't have mine signed or anything at the moment.
It's just money.
Give us our own money back, yeah. Alex Wagner asks, can we expect a new bounty hunter ship in the near future? A few years passed since the last bounty hunter ship, which was revealed, which was the Hawk, I believe. Because I think the biggest ship we've got bounty hunting wise is the Blue, Cutlass Blue. Yeah, there isn't.
I mean, you can bounty hunt with any ship. You just gotta keep knocking the people out once they get up.
Will you correct me if you think I'm wrong? But bounty hunting to me is more of a solo or duo profession. I don't see. Do you guys think it needs a bigger ship? Like, could you see something like a Corvette doing bounty hunting?
No. Why would you? Okay, so like, why would you bounty hunt over one person? Unless like there's. I mean, what even counts as a bounty hunt once you get into multiple people? Is it really a bounty, or is it more
It's
just
like
a
bounty gang, isn't it?
You're just like a cop.
Yeah, like it's a cult, maybe. I don't know. Trying to take.
No, I mean cop.
Yeah, I guess.
You're just being a cop.
But the more people you have, the more you have to split the bounty. So maybe they might have gang missions, so you can take out like another gang. Maybe that was how they do it. I don't know. There was a question in chat, and I missed the gentleman that said it, but he was asking, how do I get into the voice chat on Discord? So I'll let you answer that one, Hader.
Okay, so we're just gonna try it out for a couple streams. See if it's semi-popular. Professor Mango's here. Hey, Mango. But we're just gonna have it so $5 or $10 patrons, above average supporters, or Leaky Pipe producers are able to access the SC Leaks live channel, which we're showing all the stream stuff at. Because why not? You get to see the behind the scenes OBS overlay. You get to see us fumble around 20 minutes before and probably 10 minutes after stream.
A bit of behind the scenes. So you'll get the before and after the live stream. And
so basically, you get
like
to see a shit show.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And I might make it so. I don't know. Maybe
we'll see how it goes.
In the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might even hold off on the thumbnails and stuff like that, so people can watch me make the thumbnails and stuff like that. I might even just drop in here while I'm making them, and if they want to see that, they can see that.
Oh, hello, other person.
The Reformed. When people have dark blue names, they're so hard to read. The Reformed Vaslet. When we will see flight mode correction to the M50 or other races to make them fly like races and not biplanes.
That's just something you're probably gonna have to put in a
That's just
community
flight-
post. I don't have
That's
anyone on the flight team.
That's a flight model thing.
Yeah.
There's ships like the M50, for example, have control surfaces. So the current flight model doesn't take into account these control surfaces. So ships with elevators, ailerons, and rudders doesn't take it into account at all. So you have Gladius, for example, that's got that's covered in control surfaces. So it might be able to roll, pitch, yaw incredibly fast, but it only uses those maneuvering thrusters at the moment, so you're not getting that authority, that extra authority you're getting from having those aerodynamic features.
Gort Slayer asks, so any Titan suit info? That's a good question. I'd
No.
like to know that myself. Nope.
They just want to have it as like a section squadron, like, oh, there's a cool mech suit, use it and be badass, and then they want it for some enemies as well.
Hmm.
That's.
Okay, I think this is a logic-based question personally here. There's a question here from just this person called Chris. Question, are they going to make the Reclaimer claw work in-engine, or are they going to rekins the claw to be like a tractor beam? Now, when I look at it, the claw is designed to hold the ship, so while you're cutting it, it doesn't push the ship away using physics. That seems like a no-brainer to me. Is that how you guys see it as well? It just holds the ship so as you're cutting it up, it doesn't push it away from you?
Well, just real quick, thank you. Oh wow, two Prime subscriptions. We're going through a hype train. Woo woo! It means nothing, but thank you, Cerberus Defector and Pete Sampras MMO for 2 Prime Gaming subscriptions. I hate the new name. I hate it so much.
I'll have to make some hype train emotes too. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions for emotes, please drop them somewhere in the Discord. Because it is kind of hard to think of.
Oh yeah, the more subs we get, the more emotes we can have. I'm just gonna know that now.
So
because we only have like 5 emote slots right now. I've only realized now.
Yeah. So any ideas for emotes? Please let us know. We might even take some off the Discord and put them on there as well. So yeah, please let us know your thoughts.
Yeah.
We do have a Piggles emote though too. We made that this week too.
But it's that one's still getting approved right now.
Oh.
I don't know why they only approved like 3 emotes and just.
Yeah. So
I
what?
don't know.
Piggles, do you want to tell them what I made for you? Do you want to tell them? Did you so quiet?
Is it the one you put in the emotes? Or?
Yeah. Yeah. You can't tell them about the secret. You can't tell them about the secret emote Discord,
the secret emote Discord where you just spam emotes at us.
Yeah, pretty much. We have a Discord just for making emotes, and it is just all emotes that I spam at them and ask them their feedback.
Wait, I just got another emote approved, gamers. When you ask us about, it should just be up now. But whenever you want to know where our source is, now you can do. I see leaks. Oh shit! I gotta reload the page real quick.
I've been lied to. It didn't go.
Hey, you did Piggles magic. Oh, you did magic Piggles. I just saw that pop up in chat.
Source. Now you know where our sources are. It's magic.
Yep, cool. Man, I made that emote ages ago. And the Disco Lamo one's there too as well, which is just Disco with a hat on. So I made a bunch of ones based on people, and so I tried to grab people and tie them to. I think I made a one about Chris Roberts, and he's got his little monocle on, and it says he's holding up a scam sign. So I took a few things like that. What else did I make? I made a Todd Pappy one with Smug. I made a cool one with John Crew. I made a Bugs one with Mark Abent, and I think that's pretty much all. Oh, and I made a Sandy. I made a Sandy one. What was the Sandy one? Do you remember what that was?
Hold on, let me find it.
Oh, Super Chat 5 USD from Phoenix 96 on YouTube. Thank you. It says Origin Bad with his emote. Hey.
Yes. We did make. I've got another Origin one, which is like a non-smoking sign with Origin in it. So that's one we'll probably put up as well. Well, heaps of stuff coming in there. I'll let you read those, Hater, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, cheers. We got 6 Pog Champs. I don't know what a Pog Champ is. I'm sorry.
It's alright.
What the hell does that mean? What does it mean? I'm just watching I mean, at this point, I'm just watching an alien just torture a man. By
We might.
I think he's.
I think we've started to run out of things to say.
We have
Yeah.
definitely, but we'll start to wind up. But like as I said, if you have emote ideas, feel free to message them to me directly or chuck them in general and at me, and I'll look at them and go through them with Hater and Piggles. And Piggles, your remote is a blue pig, isn't it? We made a little blue.
It is.
pig.
Is it the lighter one or the darker one?
It's the
you put
bottommost one because if you look at it, the
one with the
contrast-
little shine by the nose.
Yes, made it
Yeah.
clearer to see, basically. Yeah. So I'll link that in general on the stats and leaks, so people can have a look at that if they're interested. Other than that, I think we'll wrap up. We'll go back to the main screen and we'll sign off for today. Is there anything you guys want to add?
Wait, did we already read over this?
No, that's a new one. Any news on
Yep.
the paint system and if the new paint will become available soon from Rex?
Is
Rick
paint
might know,
in
man.
game yet?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
like
yeah.
that's the paint system. They don't. I know they don't. The player customization shit's like far.
Mm.
Like you will
I-
not see that for a hot minute.
I actually think they need to give some of those skins out for quest rewards. I think that would make quests played heaps more. Not make them monetary based where you just save up a bunch of Alpha UEC.
But I think they want to make quest rewards a bit realistic.
Well, just
Like, why would someone?
I'm just
pay
saying you want motivation, and nobody's motivated to earn money. But if you can do an exclusive quest chain and get that skin, that is way more motivational because then you can wear it around like a badge of honor. So yeah.
Maybe you like earn the ability to paint yourself like a cop, and it gives you like a perk or some shit.
Mm.
Like I feel like just giving you a paint, like oh now you can paint your ship blue. Good for you. Oh, we got. I think all the emotes just got approved. I think. Hey, what's this one? Wow, got approved. So I'm guessing
Pog
Piggles
stands
is
for.
next.
Someone's saying in chat. Pog stands for play of the game. So there you go. There you go.
I thought it was like pegging, except from the 90s.
God. Right. I think we'll wrap up there. Thanks for watching the stream today, guys. Thanks for Piggles for showing up and putting up with our I don't know what do you call that? Misbehavior. Hater, thank you for your looking forward to your video too tomorrow as well. Tomorrow? Piggles? It's tomorrow, isn't it? Piggles? It's tomorrow, isn't it, Piggles? Piggles?
Is it,
yeah, it's
yes,
tomorrow,
yes, it's
isn't
tomorrow.
it? It's tomorrow. Putting the pressure on tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely not about to go to sleep because I feel
Yeah.
like shit.
No, all right. Maybe the next day, but yeah, look forward to that.
It'll happen. It'll happen. Trust me. Oh wait, did we just get level 1 hype train? Yeah. What does that mean?
So usually with hype trains, when you hit them, it unlocks an exclusive remote that they can keep. So I'll have to go through and make some hype train emotes, but again, we'll get onto that. Again, we'll take some of the ones from the Discord and I'll make some new ones. So yeah, please feel free to chuck me your ideas because I don't like working in a bubble. That's why we made that emote Discord so I can actually get some feedback. All right. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. Is there anything else you want to say, Piggles, before we leave?
Thanks for having us.
Yep. Hater, anything from you?
Oh, thanks. By the way,
I want to go to bed now.
You know what? Yeah, no, just go into it. Let's just fucking go into it. Come on.
Yeah,
bring
let's
it.
do it.
Bring the fuck.
Just do it.
All right, there we go.
Bring the end screen. End screen time. Let's go. Let's go, gamers. Here's the end screen. We're going to go over Boobbot, Kenny G. Sullivan, Fox Nix, Professor Mango, Regula Tim, Reptar. Wow, I'm going so fast that these aren't even popping up in time. Rob M. Schwammerl, Wendy Dietz. Airy and Yannick Kumili, as well as AA001. Thank you all for giving us $10 or more on Patreon, and thank you to all our Patreons for supporting the show. And thank you for all who's watching. Thank you for all the Twitch donations, and just thank you, person who's not even watching this video, for fucking existing.
100% makes this show possible. That is for sure. All right,
Yay.
and we'll catch you.